Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where the vast expanse of human experience unfolds like a tapestry of wonder. Today, we embark on a journey through the complex and often tumultuous landscape of the Spanish Inquisition, a period that has left an indelible mark on the annals of history. As we delve into this fascinating topic, let us begin by setting the stage for the emergence of this powerful and feared institution. In the early 13th century, the Iberian Peninsula was a battleground between Christian kingdoms and the Moorish forces that had dominated the region for centuries. The Reconquista, a series of campaigns to reclaim the peninsula for Christianity, was in full swing. It was against this backdrop of conflict and upheaval that the seeds of the Spanish Inquisition were sown. One of the key figures in the early development of the Spanish Inquisition was Pope Innocent III, who in 1215 issued a papal bull calling for a crusade against the Albigensian heretics in southern France. This marked a significant turning point in the Church's approach to heresy, as it began to take a more aggressive stance towards those deemed to be outside the fold of orthodoxy. As we explored the 13th century city of Barcelona, where Raymond of Pennafort spent much of his life, we begin to grasp the complex interplay of theological, political, and social forces that would eventually give rise to the Spanish Inquisition. Raymond of Pennafort, a Spanish Dominican friar, emerged as a key architect of the Inquisition's early development. His writings on canon law, particularly his work Summa de Causibus Poenitentiae, provided a framework for the Church's policies towards heretics. The figure of Pope Innocent IV also played a crucial role in shaping the course of the Spanish Inquisition. In 1252, he issued the papal bull Ad Extirpanda, which authorized the use of torture to extract confessions from suspected heretics. This marked a significant escalation in the Church's efforts to root out dissent and enforce orthodoxy. In the Kingdom of Aragon, King James I was busy consolidating his power and expanding his territories through a series of military campaigns against the Moors. In 1244, he reconquered the city of Valencia, marking a significant milestone in the Reconquista. The city would later become a key location in the early history of the Spanish Inquisition. As we delve deeper into the origins of the Spanish Inquisition, we find ourselves in the midst of a complex web of historical events, intellectual currents, and cultural tensions. The Dominican friars, with their emphasis on preaching, teaching, and inquisitorial activities, played a central role in the development of the Inquisition. Their efforts to root out heresy and enforce orthodoxy within the Catholic Church would eventually give rise to a powerful and feared institution. The year 1209 saw the establishment of the first inquisitorial tribunal in the Kingdom of Aragon, marking a significant step towards the emergence of the Spanish Inquisition as we know it. This early tribunal was led by Dominican friars, who worked tirelessly to root out heresy and enforce orthodoxy within the Catholic Church. As we explore the historical background of the Spanish Inquisition, we begin to see the outlines of a powerful and complex institution taking shape. The stage is set for the emergence of a period of great intensity and transformation, when the Spanish Inquisition would reach the zenith of its power and influence, shaping the destiny of nations and leaving a lasting legacy that continues to resonate with us today. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude this initial foray into the origins of the Spanish Inquisition, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a new era. The seeds of intolerance and persecution have been sown, and the harvest will be a bitter one indeed. Join me next time as we explore the period of greatest intensity and transformation in the history of the Spanish Inquisition, when the institution reached the height of its power and influence, leaving an indelible mark on the course of human history. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we continue our journey through the complex and often tumultuous landscape of the Spanish Inquisition. As we left off in our previous episode, the seeds of intolerance and persecution had been sown, and the stage was set for the emergence of a period of great intensity and transformation. In this episode, we delve into the 15th century, when the Spanish Inquisition reached the zenith of its power and influence. It was an era marked by the consolidation of royal authority, the unification of Spain under Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella, and the establishment of the Inquisition as a powerful tool for enforcing orthodoxy. One of the key figures in this period was Tomás de Torquemada, a Spanish Dominican friar, who served as the Grand Inquisitor from 1483 to 1498. Under his leadership, the Inquisition became a highly organized and efficient institution, with a network of tribunals and agents spread throughout Spain. Torquemada's zeal for rooting out heresy was unyielding, and he played a central role in shaping the Inquisition's policies and procedures. As we explore the city of Seville during this period, we find ourselves in the midst of a vibrant and cosmopolitan metropolis, where Christians, Muslims, and Jews coexisted in an atmosphere of tension and suspicion. The Alcázar Palace, with its stunning Mujar architecture, stood as a symbol of the city's rich cultural heritage, while the nearby Cathedral of Seville, with its imposing Gothic spire, represented the dominant Catholic faith. The Inquisition's reach extended far beyond the cities, however, and into the rural countryside, where itinerant preachers and inquisitors traveled from village to village, seeking out heretics and enforcing orthodoxy. The use of torture, authorized by Pope Innocent IV in 1252, became a common practice, as inquisitors sought to extract confessions from suspected heretics. One notable example of the Inquisition's reach was the persecution of the conversos, Jewish converts to Christianity, who were suspected of practicing their old faith in secret. The Inquisition saw them as a threat to the purity of the Catholic faith and launched a series of campaigns against them, resulting in the forced conversion, imprisonment, or execution of thousands. The auto da fe, a public ceremony in which heretics were punished or executed, became a common spectacle in Spanish cities during this period. These events were designed to demonstrate the power of the Inquisition and to intimidate potential dissenters, and they often featured elaborate processions, sermons, and rituals. As we examine the historical record, we find that the Spanish Inquisition was not just a tool for enforcing orthodoxy, but also a means of consolidating royal authority and suppressing social and economic dissent. The Catholic monarchs used the Inquisition to eliminate potential rivals and to maintain control over their subjects, while the inquisitors themselves often used their power to settle personal scores and accumulate wealth. The period between 1480 and 1530 is often referred to as the Golden Age of the Spanish Inquisition, during which time the institution reached the height of its power and influence. It was an era marked by great intensity and transformation, when the Inquisition shaped the destiny of nations and left a lasting legacy that continues to resonate with us today. As we conclude this episode, we find ourselves at the midpoint of our journey through the Spanish Inquisition. We have seen the institution emerge from its medieval roots and grow into a powerful force for enforcing orthodoxy, and we have witnessed the devastating consequences of its actions. Join me next time as we explore the later years of the Spanish Inquisition, when the institution faced challenges from within and without, and its power began to wane. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we continue our journey through the complex and often tumultuous landscape of the Spanish Inquisition. As we left off in our previous episode, the Spanish Inquisition had reached the height of its power and influence, shaping the destiny of nations and leaving a lasting legacy that continues to resonate with us today. In this final episode, we delve into the decline and eventual abolition of the Spanish Inquisition, exploring the internal and external challenges that led to its downfall. By the mid-16th century, the Inquisition had become a bloated and corrupt institution, with many of its officials more interested in accumulating wealth and power than in rooting out heresy. One of the key factors contributing to the decline of the Spanish Inquisition was the rise of the Enlightenment and the spread of liberal ideas throughout Europe. As thinkers such as Voltaire and Rousseau began to challenge the authority of the Catholic Church and advocate for religious tolerance, the Inquisition's draconian methods and intolerance became increasingly unpopular. The Inquisition also faced challenges from within, as many Catholics began to question its excesses and abuses of power. The Jesuit order, in particular, emerged as a vocal critic of the Inquisition, arguing that its methods were counterproductive and that true faith could not be imposed through fear and coercion. In 1808, during the Napoleonic Wars, the Spanish government abolished the Inquisition, only to reinstate it in 1814, after the restoration of the Bourbon monarchy. However, the institution never regained its former power and influence, and it was finally abolished for good in 1834. As we explore the legacy of the Spanish Inquisition, we find a complex and multifaceted picture. On one hand, the Inquisition was responsible for countless atrocities, including the forced conversion, imprisonment, and execution of thousands of people accused of heresy. Its intolerance and persecution of minority groups, such as Jews and Muslims, had a profound impact on the social and cultural fabric of Spain and beyond. On the other hand, the Inquisition also played a significant role in shaping the course of Spanish history, contributing to the unification of the country under Catholic monarchs and helping to establish a shared sense of national identity. Its emphasis on orthodoxy and conformity also helped to promote a sense of cultural cohesion, even if it came at the cost of individual freedom and creativity. As we reflect on the history of the Spanish Inquisition, we are reminded that the past is always complex and multifaceted, full of contradictions and paradoxes. We must approach it with nuance and sensitivity, acknowledging both the achievements and the atrocities of bygone eras. In the words of the Spanish philosopher Miguel de Unamuno, the Inquisition was a cancer that ate away at the soul of Spain, but it also helped to create a sense of national identity and purpose. As we conclude our journey through the Spanish Inquisition, we are left with a profound sense of respect for the complexity of human history and a deeper understanding of the enduring power of faith, intolerance, and persecution to shape the course of human events. Join me next time as we explore new topics and themes in History with Herodotus, always seeking to illuminate the past and shed light on the present. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.